Leon was a quiet, intelligent girl, but she always felt different from the world around her. She had an entire universe in her mind made of colors, paper, and ink. And it was her only refuge from the pressures of life, from her mother's yelling, and from the demanding school she attended. Her mother was strict and often harsh. She would constantly say, "Why do you waste your time on scribbles and colors? The world is not a place for drawing." But Leon didn't listen to her. Colors weren't just on paper, they were magic, her own world. One the others would fear if they saw it. One winter day, wandering through an old, dim market, Leon entered a shop half shrouded in shadows, filled with dust and broken wooden shelves. On a table lay a strange black wooden brush, its tip sharp as a fang, the ink strangely glimmering as if alive. The old shopkeeper, whose face looked like it had been carved from clouds, said in a chilling tone, "This is no ordinary brush. Anything you draw becomes real, but beware, anger, hatred, and fear will turn into disaster. Only pure intentions may create wonders." Leon laughed, thinking it was a joke, but she bought it. And with the very first drawing, she noticed something strange. Her first drawing, a tiny white cat playing in the garden, gives within an hour, the same cat appeared outside her house. Her second drawing, a wilted flower, gives the favorite flower in her mother's garden had withered overnight. Then, things began to get worse. She drew a dark shadow moving behind a window, gives at night. She heard strange footsteps and something following her in the house. She drew a figure standing in a room with black eyes, gives when she looked in the mirror, she saw a shadow looming behind her. She drew a building collapsing, gives the building next to her home partially collapsed exactly like the drawing. Leon screamed at herself, "This isn't real, this can't be happening." But the brush in her hand seemed to control her, not the other way around. Her mother yelled at her over a failed painting, and Leon's suppressed rage boiled over. She grabbed the brush and drew her mother, eyes black as coals, glowing like fire, but twisted face, silently screaming, the house around her cracking and shadows crawling along the walls. Within hours, disaster struck. Her mother fell suddenly, half of her body paralyzed, the walls cracked and fingers of shadow seemed to move along them. At night, lights flickered, objects moved on their own. Leon tried to burn the drawing, but the flames wouldn't touch it. She tore it apart, and the paper reassembled itself, flawless and untouched. From that moment, any negative feeling turned into a drawing, and any drawing became reality. 1. She drew a jealous classmate, gives the girl got lost in the forest for hours, with the dark night closing in. 2. She drew her strict teacher, gives the school had to shut down due to a minor structural collapse. 3. She drew the city flooded with rain and shadows, gives small floods appeared in the streets, and the rain poured unusually heavy and dark, frightening everyone. Leon realized the truth. The brush revealed the darkness within her, and every hidden fear manifested in reality. One night, the brush burned in her hand, alive with energy. Leon was sweating, her eyes wide in terror, as colors ran across the paper like blood. She drew a massive painting of the house, shadows crawling everywhere, all the nightmares she had witnessed in recent days. The house began to change in reality, sounds, shadows, the wind moving without cause, even objects floating. Leon felt pure fear, but she decided to try to control the brush instead of letting it control her. She made a conscious choice to draw hope and inner peace. She drew her mother smiling, warm light filling the house. She drew an old friend in need, gives her phone rang, and it was the friend, grateful for the help. She drew the city filled with light and colors, gives the storm subsided, the sun shone, trees blossomed brilliantly. Leon realized, not everything dark has to happen. If I put my heart and intention into good, wonderful things can come true. Finally, she drew a self-portrait, her face smiling, eyes glowing with colors, surrounded by light and life in the house. The brush calmed as if it had discovered its true purpose. Her mother, for the first time in her memory, smiled genuinely and hugged her. Leon understood that art wasn't just an expression of anger or fear, it was a tool for hope, a way to influence reality, and to turn any negativity into something beautiful. The brush was no longer a curse, it was a true treasure, the magical instrument of hope and beauty.